Welcome into the latest edition of Reframe Your Thinking with Coach Ford X, Justin Ford. I'm excited to have you on here today. In the episode, we're going to talk about just getting started and why it's so important, why it's fresh on my mind. I was thinking about this as I was coming back from practice today. The importance of just getting started and learning before you're ready, right? And Steve Jobs said it best. He said there's things that you're not going to know until you're in it, right? And there's things you're not going to learn until you get started. And there's things that is going to be missed until you're able to understand the processes, right? So my ability to speak better, my ability to have more conversations and more be a better orator and to communicate. It starts with practice. And so we just had a great 2 hour practice getting ready for districts tomorrow. And I was talking to my players about how the year went, and there's some things that we're going to have to discuss at the end of the year and talk about going into next year. But understanding that it is a process and understanding that for us going into the year with no seniors, we just had to get started, right? At some point, these guys were going to have to learn how to play the basketball and learn our system. And so these are the same principles that I'm taking into the business side of things, right? So when I have conversations with people, helping them understand that you're going to have to practice the things you want to do. Like you just can't say, well, for example, for example, and I'm going to use me as the example because that's the easiest thing to do, right? And I've had conversations with people. And just getting started. Excuse me about that. And so practice. I think sometimes as an adult, we think, well, if I do it one time, I have it mastered. And that's so not true. Like, you gotta go until you figure it out, right? And so I have to record so many videos. I have to put in so many hours. I have to spend so much time learning and developing the things that I didn't know before I started recording and being consistent, right? And then challenging myself to do these things constantly every single day. And it's interesting, the more you do it, the more you take a seriousness to the things that you're trying to accomplish, that the more information comes to you. I'm learning every single day that I don't know a lot of stuff and I'm not good at a lot of stuff. But what I am great at and what I am good at, those are the things I'm going to focus at. Those are the things I'm intrigued in. And as a basketball coach and as a former basketball player, we always say, well, those people are sitting in the sidelines. And so I challenge somebody today to stop sitting in the sidelines and get actively involved in the things that you want to see accomplished in your life. And what do those things look like? What conversations do you need to have? Who do you need to meet with? Who are the people that you can sit down and have a conversation with about the things that you need to do to get started, right? And so I've been blessed and fortunate to how do I best put this? To push past the limitations other place on me and push past the limitations I put on myself. We all put limitations on ourselves, right? And here's the dangers of that. When we place limitations on ourselves, we stifle our ability to really excel and be who we can be and become the person that we're destined to be and whatever God has designed for us. And so for me, I wasn't fulfilling my full destiny, right? Like I was not fulfilled in the things I weren't doing because it's really easy to get boxed in. And I want to show you how easy it is to get boxed in, right? You leave the house. That nice little driveway. Okay, here's your garage. Right, okay. Your car, your truck, whatever. Right? And so life starts happening. And so because life starts happening, you have all of these situations, right? And so you have to go get a job or a career or whatever, and then you instantly start getting boxed in, right? You're being boxed into situations and circumstances, right? And so I had a conversation with a girl that I'm training to be my assistant. I'm gonna leave my drawing up there, training to be my assistant. And I said, "What do you want? And what do you want for your life? What are the things you're looking to do? What are the things you're looking to accomplish?" And we had a really good conversation about, the things she wants to accomplish in her life and the things that she's hoping to do. And I was like, I believe you can do those things. And the thing that I was trying to get her to understand was these situations. This is our frame, right? And so we're now, and you can't see that. So this is your frame. This is the frame you're in. This is the mode you're in. This is your picture, right? This is your moving movie of your life. And so it's hard to say, well, these are things I have to deal with, right? Like I have bills to pay. I have all these things. I have family, and all these things are taking my attention and they're taking your focus as they rightfully should. And so I'm trying to figure out a better angle because this light here is driving me nuts, and I'm just going to have to completely redo something about that. And you probably be like, man, you said that in the last two videos, right? So as I progress, I can learn some things, and I'm learning about light angles, and I should really work on this side of the board. Clarity, right? And so there's some things that I'm trying to figure out, and you only learn those things by having conversations. You only learn those things by doing. And Steve Jobs said it back: "So you got to be a thinker and a doer." And the people that really move industries and markets are thinkers and doers. And so uh, I couldn't comprehend these concepts when I would listen to Jobs speak years ago. Um, because I wasn't ready. I wasn't in the right frame of mind. I heard him and I understood it and it motivated me, but I was missing the last component, the fear of the uncertainty, the doubt, the people judging me and looking at me. Who cares, right? And I've had to learn this, um, that through my failures, or perceived failures, right, that I can improve and I can grow from those things. And I have to grow from those things. When I first started coaching basketball, there's things that I did not know. When I first it became an adult, that's where the trap becomes in, because you go from living the life as a teenager. They tell you to get out the house at 18, 19, or whatever your circumstances may be, or however that changes for you. And then you're going to college or you're going to school, and you really don't have things figured out. I didn't really figure out the things I wanted to do until about 22 or 23. And then whenever I started on this entrepreneur journey, whenever I was working at Applebee's and I was around people, and was blessed to be around some great people, and they challenged my thinking. And they told me, well, why can't you do the things that you want to do? Do not limit. And at this time, I was being poured into this person that I'm becoming to this day. But it's not until you get around other people, right, who understand the things that you're trying to accomplish, or they've been before you. And that's why it's good to have mentors, coaches, masterminds. And most importantly, a team. You have to have a team. You got to have a group of people that remind you every single day that you're in this together, and you're trying to accomplish these things together. And that's why I love coaching so much, is to be a part of a team and be a part of the things we're trying to execute on and off the court, because there's a certain standard that my players have to meet, and I didn't feel that I was truly living up to that standard by not stretching myself to become the best person that I can be, because I knew in the heart of hearts that I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a business owner, and you get boxed into certain roles and events and things you don't stretch yourself. And so when I first got into my role as an athletics director, I didn't know what I was doing, but I had to do it, right? Like I accepted the position, I accepted the job, I accepted the calling. And so I had to learn some things. I had to learn better networking, I had to learn scheduling, I had to learn how to communicate with people better. I had to learn who is going to do a lot of these functions. And there's a book I want you to get. The book is called somewhere around here, Who Not How, and that's a really good book by Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy. And I actually have my third Benjamin Hardy book, and I have a ton of books, right? And so it's interesting to see the way life takes us and carries us to different situations. So here's my action thing, and here's what I want to challenge you to just get started on that thing, to just get started on whatever it is you don't feel like you can do or you don't feel like you can accomplish, and do it. Like whenever we started Fort X Basketball Academy, I said yes to a lot, that my business mentor and director of basketball operation, Teresa, was asking me to do, because I knew in my heart of hearts, like, what do I have to lose? Like, why am I playing reserved or sitting back? That's not my personality at all. And so it's been great to be a part of the Fort X team, and we're going to continue to build the Fort X team. And there's so much, and there's so many things that we're looking to do. Like today, like I just created this, and I'm not going to say I created it, but I call it my $100 million notebook, right? And it's my ideas and thoughts and conversations that I have with myself. And this is where we're going to start it. And so it talks about my vision, my dreams, my hopes, my desires, my life that I want to see. But it doesn't get started until you get started. And you don't know about these things until you do it. And I actually have the book here. This is actually a good book. Who Not How. I recommend it. And no, I don't get paid for any of these promotions. I just want to see people improve their life. And while I'm on the subject, improving their life, I read a thing about artificial intelligence and everybody's stressing out about it, taking jobs. Well, excuse me, I'm going to challenge you. Excuse me. And here's my challenge. My challenge to you is to build something that you don't have to worry about AI, right? Build value to the highest level, because artificial intelligence is not going to take away the human element. I know everybody is concerned about the implementation of AI, but it is simply a tool to help advance society. And those who are creating the highest value of their lives, they're not worried about AI and artificial intelligence. And some of the things that I read online is totally absurd. And it thinks to me, like, that's how they box you in. Like, really, this is how they box you in. They get you focused on, oh, my job, AI is taking my job and career and all these things, instead of saying, okay, what are the things that I can do to increase my value? What are the things that I can do to boost my own economy, and not worry about a job taking care of me, or a job that can be easily replaced with AI. AI is the frontline worker. So, do I blame corporations? Not at all. I understand that they have a business to run, and that they have a corporation, and it's a capitalistic society. And so that's just the world we live in. And so when you start to reframe your thinking, really start to change the picture frame. Start to change the way it's viewed. And you change the way they try putting you in this box, and they try transforming you. And we do it to ourselves. We do it to ourselves by saying, I'm not capable. And it's like, who told you that? You're afraid of what you could become. And why are you afraid of what you could become? I talk to my players about this all the time, and I'm always speaking confidence in them. I'm always speaking hey, you could do this. I'm always speaking, and that's why a mentor and coach is important. Getting around like-minded people is important. Getting around people who value the things that you present or the things that you bring to the table is important. And for me, I'm getting ready to have a lot of hard conversations with people. I got to have a lot of hard conversations with myself and being honest with myself, and understanding that the path I'm choosing is very overwhelming. So why am I telling you this? Because I'm speaking to somebody. I'm trying to help people like me. So that young guy or lady or whoever is watching this video and they say, well, this guy kind of makes some sense. And yeah, because the journey is hard, right? It's hard. It sounds easy, but it's hard. And the thing that I always tell my players, the thing that I'm asking you to do is easy. It's easy to say, well, reframe your thinking. But it's hard because it takes practice. It takes you tracking the things that you need to track. Like I started tracking the wins in my life. I started tracking behaviors, and I have to be intentional about doing these every single day. And as I formulate the plan, the more I do these things, getting started, just get started, right? And we talked about this in the beginning of the video, and that's the caption is just get started. Get started with uh, whatever your project is. And for me, I'm building a virtual online coaching business. And so I had to get started. I have some other things that I want to do in the world of data analytics, and I really enjoy data. I enjoy looking at those numbers, and that's really the why behind this, because I'm intrinsically motivated not only to live the life that I want to, but I'm driven by the numbers. I'm driven by the data. And I don't mean bottom line. I'm not talking about wealth. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about as a coach, when we'll get those huddle reports, looking at the data and say, okay, how do we improve? How do we get better? How can we take this concept from where it is to the next? How can we take this player from here? And then the data very plainly tells you the things that you're doing. And so what I think is cool about the world we live in now, if we use it right and if we utilize the information, it'll help expand our capabilities in the things that we're looking to do. And so that's why you have to get started. And that's why it's important what you're reading and writing, and what you're studying, and the people you're being around. All those things make a huge difference. And when you understand these things, and when you really comprehend the direction your life can go, the better it is. And so I challenge you with that. I encourage you with those words. And so my goal is to do a 15, 20-minute video, or my objective is to do a 15, 20-minute video and to bring value in those conversations. I mean, I've been blessed and fortunate. I have a lot of great conversations with people in my inner circle. And we talk for hours. We talk for hours as far as concepts and things that we want to see. And so, for me, I just look forward to getting better. But I won't ever get better if I just didn't get started. I won't improve if I don't turn the camera on, as Myron Golden would say, and challenge myself out of my comfort zone. The comfort zone is to do a 5-10 minute video. The comfort zone is to not do anything at all. And so I understand the time and space that we're in. I understand that community content is going to be huge. I understand that, or authentic and original content is big. And so, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I'm excited. So that's all I got for today. A couple things to think about: clarity, mentors, coaches, masterminds, and just get started. If you don't learn anything else from this video, just do, right. Like I had a burning desire when I was listening to these conversations and I was writing them down to talk about this subject, to just get started. And it was so relieving to do it. Like I was fighting myself. I was doing it. Oh, whoa, I need to go run and do this. I need to go run and do that. And it's like, man, if you don't do it in the moment, you don't act on it, you'll struggle. So it's important to write those thoughts down. And it's important to revisit those concepts. So this has been Coach Ford. I pray and hope that this has been valuable. Until the next chat, until the next mastermind mix up, right? I hope you have a blessed day. Thanks.